Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression let's play a review of a game called Dayz. You might have heard of it. The game is pretty popular. The game is over 10 years old, and the developer sent me a key, so I'm gonna check the game out. I have never played the game in all of the 10 years, actually 11 years that the game has been out. So we are gonna see what the game is. Is it worth $50 bloody? Like, I was really shocked when I saw how expensive this game is, especially since it's an 11-year-old game. Like, how can they charge after 11 years still charge $50 for the game? In fact, the game isn't actually just $50 because you can pay $60 to get 2 additional maps. So that's obviously big pieces of content, you know. An entire map is a lot of extra content. Like, it gives you so much more play area, replayability. You know, if you've played on one map, then you can just jump to another map, and for those 2 extra maps it costs you $10 extra, which is really shitty in my opinion. But it just basically means that the actual price of the game is $60. It's not a $50 game because you're not getting the full game at $50. So for all intents and purposes, this game costs $60, and that is how we are going to be evaluating it today. So as always, with all of my first impression let's play reviews, I'm going to be playing the game for an hour or more, until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game. If you are in a hurry and you only want to hear what I think about the game and my quick, concise, final opinion on the game, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below, and you can just skip to that timestamp if you only want to hear what I think about the game. But otherwise, if you're not in a hurry, you can just stay tuned, and I will be playing through the game today, and I will be giving you my running commentary and be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as we play through the game today. So this game actually started out as Arma 3. Arma 3 is a pretty old game, and this game is a mod of Arma 3. And about 11 years ago, they started development on this mod for Arma 3, and a couple years later they actually made this mod into a standalone game. So it's almost like it's like Dota. Dota 1 in World of Warcraft. Well, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. That was just a normal game. It was a mod for Warcraft 3, and for years and years and years people played the mod, and it was a very popular mod. And then they decided to make Dota into a standalone game, which now of course is Dota 2. So it's pretty much the same as that. Now, the thing where these guys absolutely lost their minds, in my opinion, is that Arma 3, literally the game that this mod is based on, costs $30. But this game, the mod, costs $60. So, like, you have a mod of a game, and the fucking mod costs double what the original game costs. That would be like having Dota 1 in Warcraft 3, and then charging $60 for Dota 2, because Warcraft 3, I don't know, I can't remember what the retail price of Warcraft 3 was. It was probably around, I don't know, $50 or something like that. But it's literally like charging $60 for Dota 2, which is absolutely insanity in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. They're charging $60 for a mod of Arma 3, which is pretty crazy. It's part of the reason why I never paid any attention to this game. It's been out for 11 years, and I've never played the game, just because I don't think it's reasonable to charge $60 for a mod of a 11-year-old game. It's fucking insanity if you ask me. But yeah, we're gonna check the game out today. So I tried to play the game like I always, before I start recording, I just check if the game is playable. And I very quickly found out that this game is actually not playable. Like, it's not playable offline. And in my location where I am in South Africa, there are very, very few servers. There's like 5 servers that are available to actually play on. So if you look over here, if you don't want to get absolutely destroyed by ping, then you need to go on less than 50 ping. And because especially if you're playing like a first-person game or anything like that, any PvP type game, any game where you're actually going to be fighting against other players, you really cannot have a lot of ping. And literally on 50 ping, there's no servers available. There are no servers available for less than 50 ping. So if you bump it up to 100 ping, like, you're gonna suffer with 100 ping, because that is already 0.1 seconds of delay, and still 100 ping, nothing. So then we bump it up to 200 ping, apply filters, and only at 200 ping are the servers coming up. So if you want to play a PvP game where reactions are going to be very, very important, to be honest, with 200 fucking ping, you are constantly going to be at a disadvantage. So very quickly I found out that this game is one that you're going to have to play with a private server or offline. Now, the sad thing is the game doesn't have an offline mode. There's no offline mode. There's no single player mode. You literally have to be connected to the internet in order to play the game, which I think is absolute dog shit. That already is something that would make me not recommend the game. So in any way, I spent like 30 minutes looking up and watching videos on how to make this game playable, not offline, but at least make it playable so that I don't have 200 ping. And I found that you can create your own server. So you can create a locally hosted server, which was not quick. Honestly, it took me like 15 minutes to actually set up the server on my computer, which already, as I said, is absolute dog shit. I don't like it when developers have the audacity to charge $60 for a game and not even have a single player campaign, not even allow you to play the game offline or by yourself like solo. It's absolute dog shit. So in any way, I have set up a server on my PC after way too much effort, and we will be playing on that server for the purposes of this review today. Before we do that, if we look at the settings, like, I completely understand that this game is 11 years old, but that does not mean that you as a developer are allowed to just keep the settings of the game fucking 11 years old. Like, you have to, if you're doing active development on the game, which these developers definitely are, they definitely are doing active development because the game is constantly receiving updates, then there is no fucking reason to keep the settings of the game and the quality of life features of the game to be 11 fucking years old. Like, the game doesn't even have borderless full screen mode. Like, you only have windowed and then you have full screen. Those are your only two options: windowed, full screen, windowed, full screen. There are no other options in the game. So there's no borderless full screen mode and there's no borderless windowed mode either. There is just windowed mode with a border, or full screen mode. And I don't play games on full screen mode. I always play games on borderless full screen mode. So that's absolute dog shit. A $60 game and you don't even have borderless full screen mode. That's really, really shitty. Otherwise than that, the game also doesn't have resolution scaling. So if it had resolution scaling, then you would be able to run the game at 4K resolution as I am currently, but you would at least be able to scale the resolution down to something more manageable like 2K resolution or even 1080p if you really want to, which would obviously just mean a little bit of a less impact on your computer. So unfortunately we are forced to play basically the game at 4K resolution. I could play it on a window by bringing the resolution down to 1080p or to 2K resolution, but I don't want to play on a fucking window. Like, that's just really irritating. So yeah, 11-year-old game with 11-year-old options. Like, these options are straight out of 11 years ago. Like, you can't even, I mean, there's no resolution scaling, there's no upscaling like DLSS or AMD FSR or Intel XESS. There's nothing like that. So fucking $60 and you don't have any features. Like, it's not even a quality of life feature, it's just a fucking feature. Upscaling is pretty much standard these days in games, and this 11-year-old game doesn't have it. So really shitty, to be honest. Render distance, I don't even see a render distance here, so you can't even change the distance at which objects and NPCs and enemies are rendered. So yeah, really really shitty, to be honest. Very, very subpar options, to be honest. And then otherwise than that, I didn't even change anything, so discard. Otherwise than that, no real other options to talk about, to be honest. You can change the key bindings at least. Yeah, like, honestly, there's not much else. It's a very bare bones options menu. Very, very bare bones. So yeah, another thing that I also find hilarious is that when you alt tab, like if you alt tab like this, the game literally freezes. So once again, 11-year-old game with 11-year-old problems. As soon as you alt tab, the game simply freezes and you lose sound. The game isn't rendered anymore. It's really, really shitty. And then when you click back to the game, then the game continues. So yeah, like, seriously, we are not off to a good start in the slightest. So yeah, anyway, we will play on our local server, as I already said. And yeah, so I have this one set up over here. It shows 65 ping, which is insane. I'm literally hosting the game on my PC, on my local PC. But as I said, the game requires an always active internet connection. So I think even though the bloody server is hosted literally on my PC, the game still is contacting the servers and then contacting my server on my local PC, and then again contacting the servers, and then coming back to my PC. So that is why there is a delay, even though rightfully, if it's a real locally hosted server, the ping should be under 5 milliseconds. But as I said, the game is always online, and even with a locally hosted server, you still cannot play offline. There is no way to play the game offline, even if you have a locally hosted server, which is absolute dog shit. So anyway, let us jump into the game. Client has a mod which is not on the server. The server sets the mod list. Please join through the launcher and select setup mod. Okay. So I have to do this shit first because I have a mod installed which disables hunger or thirst. I have just from that tiny little bit, like I played maybe, like you can see here, 20 minutes. I went into the game. I made sure that my server was correctly set up, all of that kind of shit. And immediately I saw, okay, this game has hunger. I don't like hunger. I don't like hunger in games. So I want to disable it. So I downloaded a mod which disables the hunger. And now the game isn't even allowing me to play with that mod. So apparently I have to first set up the server for some fucking reason, even though it's a locally hosted server, to allow that mod to be used. So let me do that quickly and I will be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so after 15 minutes pretty much, I had to watch a YouTube tutorial, all of that bullshit, because the game does not make it easy for you to add mods to your server. You need to add the mod in 3 different locations inside the server root folder, basically. So you need to add the mod there, then you need to go into the server configuration and add the mod there as well, and then you need to update your launch parameters of the server, all of those with the mod that you want to add. And you need to do it each and every time that you... Why am I on this fucking character? I did not even select this character. You need to do that each and every time that you play the game. Like each and every time. Well, every time that you want to add a different mod, you need to do that. So for each mod, you need to go through that process, which is fucking abysmal. Like, I don't think I've ever played a game where it is so difficult to mod the game. Usually modding the game is as easy as downloading the mod. You see, again, I did not select this character. Like, the game even has bugs. Like, after 11 years, the game still has bugs. Fucking terrible. So, how do we delete this character? Like, seriously, how do you delete a character? Like, seriously, I do not I do not know how to delete the character. There's no options to delete the character. So there's this character and then there's that character. Rename. Apply. So you see, this is the character that I want to play with. I don't want to play with this character. I do not see a way how to delete this character. Like, there's literally nothing that I see where you can actually just delete the character. So that's fucking hilarious. Evidently, you can't even delete the character, which is super fantastic. Okay, so we select this character, LFP Gaming, not LFP Gaming 343. We select this character, play. You can see we still have that character selected, not the other character. And we go into the game. Like, how can they not even allow you to delete the character? Like, seriously. It's also really idiotic that this process takes 15 seconds each and every time. It's not loading anything. Now it's loading something, but it doesn't actually load anything during those 15 seconds. Okay, so still I'm loading in on this fucking character, even though I literally showed you guys that I selected the other guy, the other character. So okay, I guess we are gonna play on this character, I guess. They're not allowing me to play on the other character, so you can't delete the character apparently in this game. So what I did for those 20 minutes, like literally I spawned, I don't know, the game doesn't have a map. I've been pressing M, tab opens your inventory. Yeah, like I don't know if there's a map at all. I don't think I found anything for a map. Like if you look at the keys, crouch, environment action, that's the action button, next action. Like there's nothing for a map. So the game doesn't have a map at all. So, but anyway, I spawned over there, literally a couple 100 meters away. And then I basically looted a couple of shit. Like I just literally wanted to see what the performance of the server is, because when you create a server on your own computer and your computer isn't able to run the server properly, like efficiently, without lagging, then that's an issue. And I don't want to deal with those issues while recording. As I say that, we are now dealing with other fucking issues. Like I can't even select my own character. It's idiotic. So let me check something quickly, just 1 second. Yeah, I literally cannot. I just had a look in the files. Like you cannot delete a character. Like literally, there's even people asking on the Steam forums how to delete the character, and you cannot delete the character. Fucking idiotic. $60 game and you can't even delete the character. So this is another thing that I really fucking hate. Like when you swap an item, like if you swap a backpack, you swap your t-shirt, anything like that, all of your items go with it, which is completely idiotic. And then you have to bring the items back. Like I don't even know. Control left click. No, not control left click apparently. Like you literally have to bring them over like this. Control left click drops it on the ground. Shift left click does nothing. Alt left click does nothing. Like seriously, there's no way to bring the items over quickly. How idiotic is that? Literally no way to transfer an item quickly. You have to do this dog shit right here. So anyway, like I said, I literally ran from there. I looted a bunch of shit until my inventory was full, which was very quickly. As you can see, I'm currently carrying a pipe wrench, 2 sticks, a bandage, 2 glow sticks, a magazine, a wrench, and shoes. That's all and my inventory was full until I picked up this school backpack at least. Which before that, holy shit, I didn't have any extra space. Literally, this is all of the space that you start with. You don't start with any other space. So you can literally carry like 5 things and then your inventory is full. So the inventory in this game is limited like a mother, like insane amount of limitation at the beginning of the game. Obviously, like once you get a backpack, it becomes a little bit better. I mean, this one backpack that I picked up doubles the size of my inventory. So a backpack is really fucking crucial. But yeah, the fact that you can only carry 5 items basically, depending on the size of the items at the beginning is crazy. Like, what's the purpose of the game? Is the purpose of the game to run around, collect stuff, improve yourself, build a base, you know, like Enshrouded or Minecraft or anything like that? Or is the purpose of the game to not pick up anything because your inventory is so fucking limited, like you can't do anything? I think that's probably the purpose of the game. The developers don't want you to progress. They want to limit the shit out of you and not allow you to pick stuff up. I also don't like the fact that, like, there's so many things in the game like this. You would expect you could do something like with this, but you can't. There's nothing you can do with this. This over here, can't do anything with that. None of this you can do anything with. You can't break it down, nothing like that. Pliers, it's clipping into the ground. I just got a phone call. Like the pliers are even clipping into the ground. That's what I said about this game. Like, what the fuck have developers been doing for the past 11 years? Like, stuff shouldn't be clipping through the ground after 11 years. You shouldn't be able to not delete a character after 11 years. Your game should have a borderless full screen option after 11 years. Like, what the fuck have the developers been doing for 11 years? Because this game has such a shocking lack of features. Like, it's insane. And then they charge $60 for the game. I have yet to determine if this game is fun, but I've already determined that this game is fucking, like, so bad with regards to quality of life features, just the regular features that you would find in any other game, like $10 game, $20 game. You would find these features, and yet these developers have the audacity to ask $60, and then they don't even have those features. So I do have the mod installed, which makes it so that my hunger does not go down. So in case you're wondering why my hunger is not going down, is because I have that mod installed. Because I hate games where hunger or thirst is obtuse. And this game is certainly one of those games where hunger and thirst is obtuse. I don't like games where anything is obtuse. So where do you put this? How do you... Like, I'm right-clicking, left-clicking. Like, you can't equip something quickly. You literally have to click it and drag it to where it must go. Is it there or not? T-shirt? Okay, yes it is. Okay. So at least the raincoat has a little bit more space than the t-shirt does. So now what I have to do is click and drag the shit over there again. Like I said, this game is massively obtuse. And then the t-shirt, can I do anything with the t-shirt? Like, can I disassemble it? No, I'm left clicking, right clicking. There's nothing that I can do with a t-shirt. I guess I'm just gonna throw that down. There we go. Okay, so let's search for more stuff. Like all of this stuff over here, you would expect in most of these types of games that you can actually loot stuff, but like you can't do anything. You can't loot any of this shit. Like 80% of the game is just decoration. All of this is just decoration. You can't do anything with the stuff. Like I recently played 7 Days to Die, obviously also played Enshrouded. In those games, like if you see a pile of shit like this, you can actually hit it and get resources. But not in this fucking game. Like the entire place is just set decoration. They should have called this Set Decoration Simulator, not Dayz. There's supposed to be zombies, but I haven't seen a single zombie yet since here. When I was running from where I started over to there, I did see one zombie, but I just avoided the zombie. I obviously don't want to take health damage when I don't understand the game yet. Like, you can't open these containers. Doesn't seem like there's really any... Oh, wait, there is something up there. I can see like a wire or something like that. F, okay. Holy crap, it takes a long time to climb. Holy crap. Like how can it take 30 seconds to climb a ladder? What insanity. I saw a wire. Ah, there we go. Metal wire. Can't do anything with this, obviously. Why do I even try to use it? Obviously, you can't use it. You can't use anything in this fucking game. What? Why am I bleeding? Did the bloody ladder cut me? What absolute dog shit is that? How do I see... Like, I can't even see what it is. I can't see what's happening. I can't see what damage is being inflicted. Like, literally, the only panel that you have in the game is this. That's the only panel you have in the entire game. You don't have a character thing. As far as I can see, you can't even gain experience in the game. Like, if you look over here, that's literally the only character panel that you have. There's nothing else. Inventory is tab, and that's all. There's nothing else. There's no character panel. You can't like gain skills. The game doesn't have experience from what I can see. Nothing like that. Like literally, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So once again, where in other games like oh, you can open these. Yeah, I shouldn't even fucking try opening them. Obviously, there's nothing in them. In other games like 7 Days to Die, Enshrouded, even Minecraft, you can gain experience. You can actually, like, there's actually character progression. And this game, there's just fuck all. Like, look at this. All of this running, and we found one wire. Ah, here we go. What's this? Dry sack. What the fuck is that? Why can't I pick it up? Why? Why can't I pick it up? Am I a moron or what's going on? I'm literally pressing F, which is the button for picking stuff up. Okay, let's fucking do it like this then. Isaac. What is it? That's another thing. You can't even see. Like, it doesn't even say, like, it's a backpack. It doesn't say it's a consumable. It doesn't say anything. Like, it's not a backpack. Otherwise, I would have been able to put it over there. So I can put it in my hands. No. Shoulder. Like, I can't even pick it up. Okay, put it in my hands. Swap. Okay, so now I have it in my hands. And then I can put stuff into it. Let's throw that down. And then put that on my shoulder. Can I do that? Shoulder? No. Can't put it on your shoulder. It's showing green, but yeah, it's showing green fucking everywhere. Like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, watertight container. But how... Are you really supposed to carry it constantly? I can't put it in my backpack. I can't put it anywhere. It literally will not go anywhere. Literally, it won't go anywhere. So what's the point of it? Like, I can't pick it up. I can't put it in my inventory. I can't put it on my back, and I can't put it on my shoulder. I'm literally trying to put it on my shoulder. It doesn't work. Like, honestly, what's the fucking point of this thing? I mean, you can carry it in your fucking hands, but, like, seriously, if you do that, I can't even put the stick in there. Can I put these in there? Nope, can't put that in there. It's also really difficult to see. Like, you can see very faintly over here that this thing is four across and then 5 down. That's the size of the thing. So I can put this in there, and then I can put that in there, obviously. And then the long stick, no, I can't put that there. It's not long enough. I don't think you can rotate stuff. Can you rotate stuff? Nope. You can't even rotate stuff. Fucking hell. Like, how can they not even allow you to rotate stuff? Okay, so basically I have to carry this thing constantly. So it's a container, but you have to carry it everywhere you go. And then I think as soon as I swap, do I drop it on the ground? No, do I have it in my inventory? Oh, it goes into my school backpack. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So I will drop this on the ground when I need more space. For right now, I'm just gonna keep it there. You see, like this shit over here. What is this? Like, you aren't being told what it is. I can hear my character groaning, like she's groaning every now and then, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what to do about it. I have bandages. We can use bandages a little bit. How do you... I'm left clicking, I'm right clicking. Right clicking does that. Left clicking does nothing. Pressing F does nothing. How do you use it? No, that puts it in the backpack. Double click? Nope. Double click? Nope. Right click? Nope. Right click does nothing. F? F does nothing. Like, how do you use it? Put it in the hands and then... Honestly, I'm clicking everywhere. That's another thing. This game doesn't have a tutorial. Like, after 11 years, the developers haven't added a tutorial to the game. There's literally no tutorial. Throw item. So I can fucking throw the item if I want to, but why would I want to do that? F, I've tried F. Item action is left click. I've done that. I literally hold left click while having the item in my inventory and nothing happens. And none of these are useful. Camera isn't useful. Combat vehicle, gestures, other. That's just quick slot, voice. Gesture menu doesn't help me at all. Sorted doesn't help me. Combat doesn't help me. Like, seriously, I have it in my hands and then I press left click. Nothing is happening. Must I hold right click and then left click? Nope, that just hits. Like, seriously, how the fuck do you use a bandage? How can you not even use a bandage? How is it so difficult? I'm right clicking, pressing F, left clicking, trying to drag it to my character. Nothing that is intuitive. Like, I'm trying everything that's intuitive and nothing is working. The game is not even close to being intuitive. Like, I don't know how to use it. Like, seriously, if you have to look up a tutorial online just to see how to use a fucking item, that's when you know you've got a terrible fucking game on your hands. Really. So let me quickly Google and see how to use an item. How to use item Dayz. Because seriously, like, how can you not even use an item? Okay, put them in your hands and double click, okay? I think I've tried that already, but let's try that. So I have it in my hands and then double click. Double click. Nope, that doesn't work. Double click. Double click. Doesn't work. And then this as well, double click. I'm double clicking. Nope, that doesn't work. Sorry, Steam commentator, but that does not work. Let's see. Some other posts. Put it in your hand, drag the open container onto the hold left click. No, that's to combine. I don't even know how to combine. Put it in your hand and hold left click. I've tried that already. Let's try it. So it is in my hand currently. Like you can see there, it's in my hand. If I hold left click, nothing is happening. And then if I hold left click without pressing right click, nothing is happening either. So like literally nothing is happening. I cannot use an item. And as I said, because the game doesn't have a tutorial. I'm even doing the stuff that the people are saying online, holding left click, pressing left click, double clicking left click. Nothing is allowing me to use the bandage. So, fucking, not even the stuff people are saying online is working. And obviously, like I said already, the game doesn't have a tutorial. So I guess I'm fucked until I just happen to figure out how to use an item. Like, all of this is empty. Like, how can you have a game that's so empty? It is the most barren, empty fucking game that I've played in years. Like, you run several minutes and then you encounter one item. Like, how is that enjoyable? Seriously. Both of these are the same. And you can't even, like, destroy stuff. Like, in all other games, if you find something and you don't want to use it, you can at least destroy it. Like, you can rip it into shreds or stuff like that. In this game, you can't do any of that. Like, literally, there's no interaction menu. There's nothing you can actually interact with. You don't get given any options for disassembling or disenchanting or anything like that. So I fucking hell, really. Like, honestly, I don't I don't understand who would play this fucking game. Like, I understand that if you actually play the game with other players and do PvP, like, if you enjoy PvP, you know, hitting other players, that kind of shit, yeah, if you like PvP, then you will at least get a little bit of action out of that. I don't know if you will get any enjoyment out of it, but you will at least get a little bit of action instead of just running around like for 30 minutes, not actually being able to do anything really. There's one item up there that I can see, but I'm not gonna fucking climb up there 30 seconds, climb down again 30 seconds, cut my fucking hand on the ladder again. Like, that's absolute dog shit. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I just do not understand the point of the game, because there is nothing to do in the game. There's literally nothing to do. Ah, this one is 30 slots, whereas this other one that I have is only 20 slots. So, but that's a vest. Yeah, no, I can't put that one there. No, we're gonna put that one there. So honestly, I don't know. This is one of the worst games I've played in the past 5 years, easily. Like, honestly, it is a nonsensical, just really bad game. There's no two ways about it. Like, in the now probably 48 minutes plus 20 minutes that I've played the game, I've encountered one zombie, and I have had absolutely no fun playing the game. Like, literally zero fun playing the game. What's this? Can I pick it up? Needs to be powered, consumes a lot of energy. Okay, so, holy shit, why is it so huge? Like, how are you supposed to carry anything this big? You're never going to be able to carry anything this big. Like, seriously, can I put it on my back? No, can't put it on my back. Nope. So, literally something like this, you can only put in your hands. There's no other way to carry it. You can only put it in your hands. Hey, here's a gun. Yippee, my first gun. Even though I probably don't have the correct bullets for it. So this is 12 RD. Oh no, 12 RD is probably 12 round. IJ70. Oh, so it is actually a gun that I can actually use. So how do you actually use the gun? put it over there and then press 5. And then reload. Hey, how many bullets do I have? It doesn't actually show me. Like there's 11 bullets in there. You can see 11 pieces. But if you look over here, there's nothing. Um, there's no indication of how many bullets you have. At the bottom left, it says semi-auto, 25 meters, IJ 70. It doesn't say anything regarding any bullets. So the game doesn't even show you how many bullets you have. Like, fucking hell. Like this radio in 95% of open world survival crafting games, you would expect to be able to disassemble a radio like that, but not in this game. Like this TV as well, can't disassemble that. Chair, can't disassemble that, can't loot this, can't do anything. Literally just loot this pipe and then go on to the next building. Like, honestly, this is one of the worst games that I have ever played, not just in the past 5 years. One of the worst and most boring and most devoid of content games that I have ever played. And the fact that probably 1 million or more idiots have paid $60 for this game. If I look at the Steam charts for this game, like, it just shows you how many stupid people there are on Earth to pay $60 for a game that is this terrible. Like, seriously, this game is fucking terrible. All of this loot, I would want to disassemble it to perhaps, get something, get a little bit of resources, cloth, maybe you can use cloth to make cloth bandages or something like that. But nope, you can't disassemble stuff in the game. And even if you had cloth bandages, like I literally have a cloth bandage here and I can't use it. Like literally I can't use it. So yeah, like honestly, easily one of the worst games I've ever played. And one of the most overpriced games that I've ever played. Like, I often say that if a game is bad, then I might pay like $5 for a game if it's bad, but I obviously won't pay like $20 or $30 or whatever, for a bad game. This game is so bad that I wouldn't play it if it's free to play. Like, if this was a free to play mod, which it should be, this should be a free to play mod to owners of Arma 3. If this was a free to play mod, I wouldn't play it just because it's not fun. Like, really, it's not fun. This game is fucking terrible. And the fact that over 1 million people have paid $60 for this game is disgusting. Like, really, really fucking disgusting. Like, yeah. Honestly, I am glad that this game only wasted around 2 hours of my life. I spent now in total 1 hour and 20 minutes actually playing the game, and about an hour setting up the fucking server for the game. I'm assuming this one won't actually contain anything. Nope, doesn't contain anything. About an hour setting up the fucking server for the game. I've seen one zombie in the entire game so far. Yeah, like honestly, the game is fucking terrible. If you're looking for a open world crafting survival type game, maybe look at something like 7 Days to Die, even though 7 Days to Die isn't very good. I don't like the game particularly. Like, if you look over here at my Steam library, the game is going to freeze, obviously, because it is a really terribly optimized game, and because the game is 11 years old, and because the game developers clearly don't care about actually making a good game. So that's why the game freezes. Let me show you guys over here quickly what I'm looking at. Okay, so 7 Days to Die, as I said, I wouldn't really recommend the game. There's a lot of issues. A lot of issues can be fixed with the game through mods. So you can get mods to disable the hunger in this game. You can get mods to disable the durability loss, which is terrible in the game. You can get mods to disable the stability, the building stability, which is terrible in the game. So you can make this game, which is not very good, into a pretty playable game. And I think 7 Days to Die is like $30 or something like that. Obviously, No Man's Sky is also an open world survival crafting game. It just doesn't have zombies, but it has fucking a whole bunch of other stuff that you can fight and kill. Night of the Dead is yeah, it's not particularly good. I played it again recently, even though I reviewed the game on the day that the game released. But then recently, the game released fully recently, and I played the game again, and there's just so many things that they still have not fixed in the game, even after more than 2 years that the game has been in development. They still haven't fixed a lot of the stuff that are issues in the game. So Night of the Dead also is not really a game that I would be able to recommend. Crestfallen is fucking terrible. I did do a review on the game. Nightingale is terrible. Aska will eventually be a good game, but right now it's not the game that I would really recommend. But it will eventually be a good game. Planet Crafter is really, really good, but there's no combat in the game. So if you're looking for a game that actually has combat, I really can't recommend Planet Crafter to anyone who's looking for a combat game, since there's no combat. Survival Fountain of Youth is actually very good. It's a very good game. Valheim I cannot recommend. Tora I cannot recommend in the slightest. Dinkum is okay. It's not a very good game, but you can fix it with mods. You can see here in my review as well, I said as much. You can fix the game with mods, but without mods the game is not recommendable. Scum is an absolute piece of shit. Winter Survival is not good. I do have a review on the game. Smalllands I've reviewed. I cannot recommend the game. Palworld I've reviewed. It's good. It's a good open world crafting type game, and it does have combat as well. Sunken Land is dog shit. Icarus is not very good. It's okay, but it's not very good, to be honest. So you can see that I've played a lot of these types of games. And honestly, I can say without a doubt, Dayz is the worst game out of all of them. It is the most overpriced game out of all of them. It is the most devoid of features and content game out of all of them. The most boring game. The most terribly optimized game. Like, honestly, yeah, like, honestly, there's no fucking way how I can recommend this game. I just do not see how this game is as popular as it is on Steam. And when I say popular, I don't even mean that it's good, because it's not good. It's rated like 73% on Steam, and on Xbox it's rated like something like 50%. So like, clearly the game isn't a good game because it's rated 50% on Xbox. I think it's rated something like 35% on PlayStation. And then, as I say, on Steam, it's rated like 74%, which is mediocre compared to many of the other games like 7 Days to Die and many other games that are rated upwards of 85%. Stuff like Pal World, all of those are rated very much higher than this game is. So clearly it's not a good game. It's just a popular game, which is fair. You know, something like Fallout 76 as well. It's a popular game, but it's not a good game. You know, a game being popular doesn't make it good. It's just popular. You get many idiots on Earth who will play a bad game just because it's popular, you know. So yeah, I can't even pick these up now. Literally, like, I can't pick it up. I have to fucking go over here every time, even though my inventory is now full. So I can't even, unless I put this in my hands, I can't really, like, use it. It seems like it's a small backpack with 6 spaces, but, like, do you just put it, like, on your hands then? I'm assuming you can't put it anywhere here. Can you put it on your shoulder? Nope, can't do that either. So I don't know, some of the containers in the game make no fucking sense. Like, this is a container, and this is also a container, but you can't even put it on your back or anything like that. You could literally have to carry the container with you, which is fucking idiotic. So yeah, anyway, one of the worst games that I have ever played, and I do not see why anyone would play it. So honestly, let's give these developers another 11 years to perhaps add some content to the game, add some more zombies to the game, maybe give the game a offline mode or something like that, a single player mode where you can actually play the game without lag, because even though I am playing on a locally hosted server right now, I still have like 60 ping, which is hilarious. Maybe in another 11 years the developers will add like skills and experience system, anything like that. Like, I don't know, I've seen videos where people build stuff in this game, but that must be with mods, because there's no way to build stuff. Like, you can't build stuff in this game. There's no build menu. Even if you go over here, controls, like, there's no building. Like, there's no building. Building isn't mentioned anywhere. Like, there's combat vehicle gestures, others, but there's no building. There should have been like a building thing here. So that must be through mods or something like that. I think they probably use mods to build, to add building to the game. But that still doesn't mean that the game is good, because if you have to add a mod to a game to make it good, then the game isn't good. You know, the game isn't recommendable. You might be able to make the game playable with mods, as I've already said, with games like 7 Days to Die and Dinkum and stuff like that, but I still don't recommend the game. Like, with mods, yeah, then I would recommend the game, but I don't recommend the base game. And I fucking certainly cannot recommend this game for $60. It is a game that I would not even play if it was a free mod. And from what I can see, the game is broken, because I can't use a bandage. Like, I can't use a bandage. I have the bandage in my hand right now. I can't use the bandage. So I think the game is broken. And yeah, having such a fucking terrible game after 11 years is a disgrace from these developers. So yeah, like I say, let's give them another 11 years and see if they can make the game playable. But right now, I wouldn't pay anything for this game. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm glad that I'm done with this fucking game, because this has been 2 hours of my life wasted, literally. So yeah, as always, if you want to support the channel, if you want to enable me to buy more games and do more reviews for you guys, I promise I will not spend $60 on pieces of shit game like this. I usually am pretty good with my choices that I choose to spend my money on. So if you want to enable me to purchase more games and do more reviews for you guys, then you can support me on patreon.com/LFP. And yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. This game is going straight onto the garbage pile. And I died. Let's see what happens if I die, actually. Like, this is actually good to see. Like, does the game have a respawn system? Do you lose your loot if you die? What happens? Let's see. Do we respawn? Nothing. Is the game loading? Is there a load screen? Like, I'm clicking, I'm pressing enter, space bar, control, shift, alt, enter, left click, right click, tab, exit. Oh, respawn. Okay. Okay, and then we go back to the fucking main menu, apparently. Let's see what actually happens. Okay, the game is lagging like a bastard. Okay, and yeah, you lose all of your stuff. So I'm assuming it drops on the ground. I'm assuming. So you could probably run back to your death location and pick up your loot, but then you have to figure out where that is, because the game doesn't have a map. I'm sure you can probably get a map, a mod, a mod that adds a map. You could probably do that. But yeah, otherwise than that, you won't know where your corpse is really, unless you can see like a landmark. Like, honestly, I don't know where I am now. The previous place where I was industrial, like an industrial shipyard, and this has way more trees and stuff like that. So probably I'm probably in a vastly different location currently. Let's run over here. It looks like there's water over here. Maybe there's a zombie over there. Yeah, we're probably in a very, very different area currently. Yeah, so, and anyway, I'm not gonna bother playing the game anymore. This game is going straight on the garbage pile, and I'm gonna uninstall this dog shit from my computer and never touch it again, hopefully. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Really, I can say without a doubt, one of the top 3 worst games that I have ever had the displeasure of playing. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.